He leaves his friends and neighbors, and they head to someone else. They start arguing, and the boy grabs her music sheet and throws it to the ground. He gets up and tries to fight back, but the boy hits him and continues to hit him until Dre can no longer stand on his feet. Then they leave, and Dre eventually gets up and heads home. He tries to hide the bruises around his eye by wearing a cap, hoping his mother won't notice. When they arrive at school, the principal greets them to welcome Dre. She tells him that caps are not allowed in school. Sherry takes off Dre's cap and notices the bruises on his face. She starts questioning him about who hit him. She wants to go complain to the boy's parents, but Dre tells her that he accidentally ran into a metal pole, hiding the truth because he knows she would worry about him. Dre enters the school and sees the girl he likes. She comes over to greet him and introduces herself as Maying, apologizing for the boy who hit him. Dre asks her if the boy is related to her, and she explains that they're not related but have been friends since childhood. But then notices Chung standing next to him, throwing food on his clothes. Before Dre can react and hit him, the principal stops him. After Dre's first day of school ends, he goes home. He decides to try learning karate by watching TV, hoping to defend himself against Chung. As he's practicing incorrectly, Mr. Han knocks on the door to come in and fix the hot water. He sees Dre practicing in the wrong way. Soon after, Dre's mom comes home and finds his clothes on the floor again, which makes her angry. Dre picks up his clothes and he notices Mr. Han watching him. Dre goes to school and sees Chung and his friends in front of him. He tries to avoid them because he's afraid of getting hit again. He makes his way to the music room, where Maying is practicing the violin. Her teacher is telling her that she needs to practice during the holidays too in order to improve her skills, and that he will talk to her parents about the additional training. After the teacher leaves, Dre goes over to her and tells her that her playing is beautiful. He asks why she's practicing so much, and she explains that she has an audition for the Beijing Music Academy. Dre wishes her well, then leaves. As he steps outside, Dre finds Chung in front of him again, trying to bother him. Dre tries to avoid confrontation, so Chung won't hit him. Later, Dre goes home and takes a walk with his mother. They pass by a kung fu school, and Dre decides to go in and watch a class because he wants to learn a fighting style to defend himself. He sees a group training with the motto, "No weakness, no pain, no mercy for the opponent." Before he can talk to the instructor, Dre notices that Chung is part of the group. This makes him change his mind, and he leaves the school. Dre stands in front of Mr. Han's house, and Sherry tries to understand why he's upset. He tells her that he hates this place and wants to go back to his friends because this isn't their home. She tells him that they don't have any other place to go and that it's out of her control, so they have to adapt to this new place. And helps Dre up, taking him to his room to treat his injuries. After Mr. Han finishes, Dre realizes that he no longer feels any pain. He asks Mr. Han how he made them hit each other like that, and then begs him to train him so he can defend himself. Mr. Han explains that Kung Fu is a discipline of knowledge and self-defense, not for fighting or war. Dre tells him that's not what they're learning, and that their trainer says their motto is no mercy for the opponent. Mr. Han advises Dre to speak with the trainer, but Dre is too scared to go alone, fearing he'll get beaten up again. He asks Mr. Han to go with. When they arrive, they witness the trainer hitting a child because he didn't hit his partner hard enough after defeating him. The trainer tells them that no one should stop his opponent feel pain and suffering. He adds that if they are able to kill their opponent, they shouldn't hesitate. Han stands and tells Chung that this is the person who attacked them. Han is present to ask the coach to ensure they don't bother Dre again. The coach suggests that Chung should face Dre in a one-on-one match, but Han refuses, saying they are not there to fight. He turns to leave, but the coach insists that Dre must pay for attacking his students. Han responds that Dre doesn't fight anyone and proposes they meet in the open kung fu tournament instead. The coach agrees and lets them leave. As they exit the school, Han tells Dre that there are 2 pieces of news in the kung fu tournament and face all of them in separate matches. Han is determined to train Dre in real kung fu. The next day, Han begins Dre's training. The first thing Dre does is throw his clothes on the ground, claiming he's fast and learns quickly, but Han ignores his words. He instructs Dre to pick up his clothes, put them on, throw them down again, the arm movements. Han continues to train Dre in footwork, asking him to pick up the jacket from and that Han has been teaching him through simple daily habits. He understands that Kung Fu exists in everything he does throughout the day, and that those who use it correctly realize its true value. They visit the place where Han used to train with his father. Han tells Dre that they will go to the top of the mountain to drink from the Dragon Well. Once they reach the mountain peak, Han keeps training Dre in all possible movements and techniques, teaching him everywhere they go. Han eventually gives Dre a day off, telling him that overtraining is a mistake. The next day at school, Dre learns that Mei Ying's audition is the following day. She is nervous about failing, so Dre reassures her, advising her to take a break today to rest and refocus. Han then tells Dre that he was driving with his family on a steep road in heavy rain. He got into an argument with his wife, and his anger caused him to lose control of the car, and on the anniversary of the accident, he smashes it in grief. The next day, they go to the Great Wall of China for Dre's training, and Dre's progress has improved remarkably, and tells Han that he is his best friend. He goes to Mei Ying's father to ask for permission for her to attend the tournament. He explains that Mei Ying is his best friend and promises to be a better friend to her if she is allowed to attend. Her father agrees, and Mei Ying is allowed to watch the matches. When the tournament begins, Han is unfamiliar with the rules and tells Dre that if he scores 2 points, he will win, so the key is to hit the opponent twice. Where the doctor tells him he can't continue the match without risking further injury. Dre, however, asks Han to help him heal, promising that he will fight through the pain. Han asks Dre why he wants to keep fighting, reminding him that he has already proven his courage to everyone. Dre replies that he is still afraid of Chung and needs to face his fear, or he will feel broken for the rest of his life. Dre returns to the ring and masterly mocks him, but Dre does as many of Cheng's strikes as possible until the Chung scores a point, but Dre quickly ties the match in the second round and manages to take the lead by 1 point. Masterly calls Cheng over and orders him to break Dre's leg for good, causing Dre immense pain. The score becomes tied, leaving only 1 point to win the championship. Dre stands up to avoid scoring the final point and winning the tournament. The crowd cheers in celebration as Dre is declared the champion. Chung takes the trophy and hands it to Dre, showing respect. Students show respect to Han. Dre wins the trophy thanks to Han's training, and the movie ends with a sense of triumph. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.